Hey there everybody, this is Jason the Cartoon Fan, and I have another exciting merchandise video for you guys and gals to enjoy. This is another filler-ish video because it's one I didn't write a script for. But hopefully you guys will still enjoy it anyways. For those of you who missed my previous merchandise video, I was on vacation from Tuesday, September 22nd until Saturday, September 26th. Not September 29th, which is actually a Tuesday. So, while I was in Tahoe, I got quite a few pieces of merchandise, and in this video I'm going to be showing you all of them. Alright, without further ado, let's go on with the video. This bag here features some stuff that I purchased at a candy store in downtown Tahoe named Rocket Fizz. They have all different kinds of cool candy, and the reason why this bag is so big is not because I purchased a lot of candy, but because they actually sell some unique cartoon merchandise, like lunchboxes, puzzles, well, obviously Pez dispensers, because, Pez dispensers are sold at pretty much every candy store, but they also had those other things, which you can't really find at any normal candy store. It was designed with a 1950s throwback architecture and illustrations, so I guess it fits in. So, the thing that made this bag so big is the primary thing that I got at the candy store that I wanted to show you all. Get a load of this. This is a special vintage-looking sign featuring Tweety Bird from the Looney Tunes, or, as he's referred to on this picture here, Tweety Pie. You can see right over there, there's a picture of him, and it says featuring Tweety Pie, and right below that it says Looney Tunes in Color, a Warner Brothers cartoon. I'm not sure if this was from like an actual cartoon, like this was some sort of title card that they used, or if this is special unique artwork that they created especially for this sign. But it's still really, really cool looking. And yes, this is brand new. The little spots of rust that are on here are actually just painted on there because they wanted to make it look as vintage looking as possible. Still, it's super cool. Got this for $17, which is a little bit on the pricey side, but hey, it's more so a poster than it is like a traditional piece of merchandise. And then right below here, it has a 2017 copyright date. Manufactured and distributed by Desperate Enterprises, Inc., which is a company that actually has made quite a few of these vintage-looking metal signs for quite a few IPs that Warner Brothers owns. And this isn't actually the first sign like this that I purchased in Sonora. No, not Sonora, Tahoe. Man, I don't know why I said that. Probably because my previous merchandise video was about stuff I got in Sonora. And, they kind of all blend in together when you're thinking about that kind of stuff, because what you can find in those two cities are pretty identical. But anyways, previously, I got different metal signs for the Jetsons. You can see it right over here. It has all the different members of the Jetson family, as well as some nice looking back artwork. And this other Looney Tunes sign, featuring Yosemite Sam. I really like what it says here. I'm afraid I mustache you to back off. I don't know why, but that always puts a smile on my face. So yeah, this is a really, really cool sign to have, And I'm definitely going to put this up on my wall with the other two that I own. The candy store I went to actually used to have quite a few of these signs featuring old Warner Brothers IPs, but nowadays they just sell generic looking retro design signs featuring, well, either old comic strip characters or, well known stuff that from the 40s and 50s. Like the whole, like Rosie the Riveter with her "We Can Do It" slogan and whatnot. So, yeah, it's pretty nice to have. And I hope I'll be able to find more of these signs to hang up in the future. Alright. The other thing that I got from the candy store is this Scooby-Doopeez Dispenser. Nothing really too spectacular looking, but I like how the tag on Scooby's collar is painted right on this part here of the Pez dispenser right here. This Pez dispenser was $3, and I got it because I also have a Pez dispenser of Shaggy, which I purchased at Walgreens a couple weeks ago. So I figured, hey, if I have the Shaggy Pez dispenser, why not get the Scooby Pez dispenser? And I also saw that they were selling a Pez dispenser of Fred. Not Fred Flintstone, but Fred Jones from Scooby-Doo. And I wanted that one as well, but I decided not to spend money on any more Pez dispensers so I could purchase that really cool Tweety sign. Here is the back of the box for those who wanted to see it. You can see that it has an advertisement for all of the Scooby-Doo Pez dispensers. And yes, all 5 members of Mystery Inc. have their own Pez dispenser. I really need to get Fred as well as Daphne and Velma sometime in the future. And then right below, you can see that the back of the box has a 2020 copyright date. So, I wonder... Hold on a second. I gotta get the camera to focus here. I wonder if these Pez dispensers are new, or if they're older ones that they just decided to put in new packages. Because, some Pez dispensers are like that, where they take older ones and they put them in newer boxes, just so they seem new in the eyes of impressionable purchasers. But anyways, this is a really cool Pez dispenser to have, and I'm definitely happy to have it so I can put Scooby along with Shaggy. I already ate the candy inside. I just decided to open up just the part of the box with the candy in it, so I'd be able to show you what the packaging looks like. But now that I've shown it, I'm going to throw it out so I can put the Scooby one on the shelf with my Shaggy one. Now, Lake Tahoe is in Nevada. Well, technically it shares space between Nevada and California. Legally, you can't do slot machines or anything like that until you're 21. And Nevada is known for having a lot of casinos and other places with those kinds of machines. However, there is a different kind of gambling that's apparently free for children of all ages to do. Yes, I'm talking about claw machines. And while I was in Lake Tahoe, my family decided to take a visit to Reno, another city that's filled with the kind of stuff that you would expect to see in Nevada. And while we were there, we went to Circus Circus. It was the first time I ever actually went there, believe it or not. I didn't actually get to see any shows because they weren't happening anymore due to the whole COVID-19 social distancing thing. But they did have a arcade that was open, and I decided to go to it. Now, usually I suck at claw machines. I think that they're rigged. Though there seems to be some kind of strategy to it. Special shout out goes to my friend Grant, who has his own YouTube channel. And his channel, he does video game Let's Plays. But he's a claw machine master. I've never figured out how he was able to get plush toys from that machine the first time, every time. But I guess I didn't need him, though, because the claw machines that I went to in Circus Circus were surprisingly really easy to master. I know, it's crazy, right? I was just expecting, hey, look, it's a claw machine. I'm not going to do very good at it. But, I might as well waste a couple of bucks trying to win a plush toy of a cartoon character I like. But I actually wasted quite a few of the dollars that I had to play games with that my dad gave me. He gave me like $35 because I managed to win not one, nor two, nor three, nor even four, but 5 different cartoon character plush toys from that claw machine. Well, not a claw machine. There were actually multiple claw machines at Circus Circus. Each one of them themed to a specific TV show or video game franchise. And this bag here features all of the plush toys that I got at Circus Circus in Reno. So let's take a look at each one of them. Starting with Woody Woodpecker. All of these plush toys were put out by a company named Toy Factory. A company that's very well known for making cheaply produced licensed plush toys. And I got this one in a claw machine that only had copies of this particular plush toy. Like, there were multiples of this single one in that claw machine. And I was able to win one with only one try. I really wish I was joking right now, but I'm not. It's not like I had any strategy to win it or anything like that. I didn't even try to be the crane. I just somehow managed to win this. So, you can see that it's pretty poorly stitched together. I mean, look how disconfigured looking Woody is. It looks like his beak was dipped into one of those barrels of nuclear waste at the Springfield power plant. But anyways, it's still really cool to have just because it's a plush toy of Woody Woodpecker. And even though he's technically Universal's mascot, and he's supposed to be to the company the way that SpongeBob is to Nickelodeon, Mickey Mouse is to Disney, and Bugs Bunny is to Warner Brothers, Universal doesn't actually make that much merchandise of him nowadays. I mean, they do, but you can only find most of them at their theme parks, like Universal Studios Hollywood and Florida. So, this was pretty cool just for that notoriety. And here is the tag if you want to take a look at it, featuring a very nice looking character profile of Woody inside the little circle, and it says Woody right below. Here is the back of the tag, and you can tell that this is a new piece of merchandise because it has the modern day Universal logo on the back. It doesn't have a copyright date, strangely, though most Toy Factory plushes have the day that they were manufactured in on this part here, so let's take a look. Chilly Willy, you're not supposed to be on this tag area here. I'm not sure if all Woody Woodpecker plushes have this or if this was just some weird manufacturing error, but it's still very interesting to see. Alright, so, okay. Apparently, this plush toy was made in November 2019, so, yeah. I don't know why, but my camera just doesn't want to focus on what it's trying to view today. Okay, so once I won Woody Woodpecker, I decided, hey, why don't I try winning some other plush toys? So I took a little walk around the little arcade area in Circus Circus, and the next two plush toys that I won were Bubbles and Buttercup from the Powerpuff Girls. These plush toys are for the 2016 Powerpuff Girls reboot. So, even though I'm personally not a fan of it, though I do agree that it doesn't deserve the hate that it's gotten, to me it feels like it's just a poorly written and animated version of the same show, and yet people are calling it like the devil in cartoon form and whatnot. These plush toys I decided to get just because I want to have some merchandise for the Powerpuff Girls franchise, but because I was too young when the original series was on Cartoon Network, I never got the chance to collect any merchandise for it during its original run. So I saw the Powerpuff Girls reboot as just a good opportunity to get new merchandise because I knew that Cartoon Network was only rebooting the show just so they could make money off of more merchandise. But hey, to quote Philip J. Fry from Futurama, shut up and take my money. Anyways, so the first plush that I got is Bubbles. And the second one I got was Buttercup. The claw machine that I went to was a special Powerpuff Girls themed one. They also had Blossom and Mojo Jojo, but I decided not to waste any more money trying to win more Powerpuff Girl plushes for a reason I'll get into in a bit. Here is the tag for those who wanted to see it. It's pretty nice looking, all things considered, even though it features the designs of the girls from the 2016 Powerpuff Girls. And these plushes aren't actually that bad in terms of how well they're stitched. But these aren't the only Powerpuff Girl plush toys that were made for prize redemption purposes, believe it or not. From 2007 to 2010, Cartoon Network had a contract with a different toy company that makes plush toys for prize redemption purposes named Kelly Toy. As part of their contract with Cartoon Network, Kelly Toy released plushes for the original Powerpuff Girls, which is interesting because that show ended in 2005. So it's cool to see that Cartoon Network was making more merchandise of the show even after it ended its run. And they also made plush toys for Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, and Ben 10. I definitely want to get some of the Fosters and Billy and Mandy plushes someday, but they're kind of hard to find nowadays because they were only around for like a few years, and the smaller ones, like the smaller sized versions, had a lot of them made, but there were also some larger sized versions that were pretty hard to find. Additionally, Kelly Toy was also going to make plushes of two more Cartoon Network originals, Chowder and The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack. But although prototypes of those toys were made, the plushes for Chowder and Flapjack were never given official releases, as far as we know, because they were set to come out in 2010, And Chowder and Flapjack both ended their runs in 2010. So I guess Kelly Toy assumed that since they were canceled, nobody would want to get those plushes. Oh well, it is what it is. So, the reason why I decided not to waste any more money trying to win some Powerpuff Girl plushes is because while I was walking around the Midway arcade, because the arcade in Circus Circus was designed to look like a Midway somewhat, and they referred to it as a Midway, even though it technically was just a normal arcade, I came across a claw machine featuring some plush toys for a show I didn't know had claw machine plush toys until very recently. The Loud House. Alright, so let's get these out of the bag. The Loud House. So, while the Loud House did have some plush toys back in 2019, those were officially, they were given retail releases, and they weren't from Toy Factory, but rather a company known as Wicked Cool Toys. If you've seen my Christmas videos of my Christmas presents of 2019 video, then you'll know that I actually have the Lincoln Loud plush toy that Wicked Cool Toys made. But they lost the Loud House license shortly after they first got it. So they unfortunately didn't make any more plush toys for the Loud House after 2019. Besides Lincoln, they also made plush toys of Lola, Lana, Clyde, Lucy, and Luna. So they got quite a few of the characters before they lost the license. But anyways, Toy Factory got the license to make plush toys for the Loud House. And so, they began putting them in claw machines very recently. I didn't even know that they were coming until I came across a random DeviantArt post from a Loud House fan. I don't remember the exact name of who he was, though. And he said, "Look at these really cool plushes that I got." And I'm all like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Loud House has new plushes of other Loud siblings? And then he said, yeah, these were made only for prize redemption and not for stores like the Wicked Cool Toy plushes were. It's unfortunate that they lost the Loud House license so soon, but at least Toy Factory decided to make plushes for Loud siblings that Wicked Cool Toys didn't have the chance to make plushes of. So, they made plushes of Lincoln, Lily, and Clyde, and this time they were joined by Lori, Bobby, and Luana. But surprisingly, I forgot they also had Luna in that collection as well. Man, it's kind of hard for me to remember each of the Loud siblings by name because, there are so many of them, and some of them, like Lori, Lincoln, and Lucy, I can easily recognize. But then there are some of the other ones, like, hey, it's that genius one. Oh yeah, her name is Lisa. Man, I really need to do something to help me remember each of their names. But, the ones that I do remember by name are the only ones that I care about, so moving forward. So the first of the Loud House plushes that I won was Lori. You can see that the plush is not stitched very good, and it's nowhere near the high quality of the Wicked Cool Toys Lincoln plush, but it's just cool to have another plush toy of one of the Loud siblings, especially one that, like I mentioned earlier, Wicked Cool Toys didn't get the chance to make a plush of. But you can tell that these are prize redemption ones because Lori does not look the size that she's supposed to be on the show since she's the oldest of the Loud siblings. But anyways, it's a pretty, it's okay, but, it would have been cool if Wicked Cool Toys got to make more Loud House plushes. Now, the only two Loud siblings who do not have a plush toy are Lenny and Lisa. I really hope they get to Lenny soon because she's my second favorite Loud sibling behind Luana, and she's also one of my fictional character crushes. She's a naive yet very sweet person, and I really admire her for being such a nice character. In fact, I've actually heard fan theories that her and Lisa are on the autism spectrum, which, after you watch a couple of episodes, that might actually be true. Alright, so the second of the two Loud House plushes I got was of Luna. Special shout out goes to Ryan's Treasures, a good friend of mine who's also a really big Loud House fan, because he has the original Luna plush that was put out by Wicked Cool Toys. I don't have any of the other Wicked Cool Toy Loud House plushes. The only one I have is Lincoln, because while the Lincoln one was given a wide release on Amazon, the other Loud House plushes that Wicked Cool Toys put out were only made available on their website, and they're not cheap to get. So, definitely happy I have my own Luna plush, even though it's not stitched very good, like I mentioned earlier, because it's a cheap prize redemption one, and the original one was of a much better quality. Link to Ryan's video about the original Luna plush will be in the description. But anyways, here's the tag for those who wanted to see it. And there is a 2020 copyright date on the back, so you can tell that this is a new plush toy. So, yeah, that's everything I got during my visit to Tahoe. So, now that I'm done with this, I'm officially going to try to make the videos that I said that I did scripts for, but haven't got around to making yet because of the trip to Tahoe. So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. You gals too. Trying not to be discriminatory here. And if you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to this channel, please be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss a single upload. Until next time, this is Jason the Cartoon Fan, signing off.